Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Plastic pollution in Bangladesh will be presented by Afiq bin Sheikh Mohsin, Hafizatul Aina binti Muhammad and Hanin Najwa binti Abdul Razak. The global environment encompasses broad worldwide environmental factors that are beyond the scope of control or any community or nation. Human and environment are depend among others. Our environment faces several problems, and many of these seems to be worsening with time and from times to times. This has been bringing us into a true environmental crisis. Waste disposal is among the global environmental issues. An excessive amount of waste is produced and dumped in the ocean. This can be seen as too many plastic bags in our environment. Plastic bags are also extreme, being widespread in all aspects of life and being waste. This is because the plastic bags cannot be decomposed due to their component in making them. We are thinking that they can be decomposed by most of them, but they cannot be decomposed fully. They will become into a microplastics. All of this matter has a huge impact on the environment which can harm them and thus will make us human beings and all the living things will have a negative impact on us. As there are many plastic bags, some of the impacts such as pollution, climate change and also damage on the living things can be the major impact for them.
Current population of Bangladesh is more than 167 million people based on the latest United Nations data. Bangladesh is also categorized as a rapidly developing country and has a respectable economic growth despite the constraints imposed by its dense population. The country is ranked number 8 in the list of countries and dependencies by population. When a country is in a developing phase, it also contributes to the increase of various forms of pollution, which are water, air, waste, and others. Despite the fact that Bangladesh per capita plastic use in low in comparison to other developing nations, the percentage of mismanaged plastic trash in the global total is relatively high. From the economic growth, there are more than thousands of plastic waste from the industry sector. In the fiscal year 2017 until 2018, plastic has been recognized as the 12th highest export earning sector in Bangladesh. Hence, due to this, it will be a huge waste of plastic in the country and will be more susceptible to plastic pollution. On the contrary, when the development increases from time to time, it will contribute to a huge amount of plastic waste compared to the previous years and cause plastic pollution to become more worse.
Next, moving on to the first causes of plastic pollution in Bangladesh. Most plastics are made of synthetic and semi-synthetic materials derived from mixed materials such as cellulose, coal, natural gas, salt, crude oil. Plastic is used in various uses such as packaging process, plastic for industrial sector and others. The use of plastic in everyday life activity as well for industrial matters can be seen as the causes of plastic pollution. In line with the rapid development in Bangladesh, the use of plastic has been increased every year, where referring to Department of Environment of Bangladesh, about 1,700 tons of plastic waste is generated and only half of it will go through the recycling process. As an example, in Dhaka, plastic waste has increased since 2005. In 2005, plastic waste produced was 178 tons per day. However, by 2020, it has increased by 3.5 times, which has increased to 646 tons per day. Rapid economic development and growth is also the causes of the increase in plastic consumption in the country, which ultimately leads to serious plastic pollution. Reportedly, in 2020, plastic waste generated in several areas in Bangladesh, namely North Dhaka and Salt City, is 0.61 kg with a population of 10 million inhabitants in Dhaka. In addition, the COVID-19 pandemic that hit around the world has also increased the amount of plastic consumption and exacerbated the effects of plastic pollution. Safety products are largely made of polymers such as personal protection equipment (PPE), masks, gloves, and goggles must be worn while handling the COVID-19 patient. According to Environment and Social Development Organization (ESDO), in Bangladesh, during the first month of official lockdown to prevent coronavirus outbreak, around 40,500 tons of hazardous plastic waste emerged, comprising of face masks, hand gloves, and polythene bags. Therefore, the high consumption of plastic during COVID-19 also contributes to the problem of plastic pollution in Bangladesh.
The other cause of plastic pollution in Bangladesh is the lack of restriction towards the environmental policies and regulation. Environmental policy can be defined as a commitment to the laws, regulations, and other policy mechanisms concerning environmental issues and sustainability. The example of environmental issues includes the effect towards water, air, land, and other pollution. Every country has focused on any human activities, especially development that can cause environmental issues. Hence, to control people's actions, the government had implemented environmental policy and regulation in order to minimize the environmental issue and damage, at the same time to conserve the environment for future generations. On the contrary, the weak implementation of environmental policies will become one of the failures toward protecting the environment. For example, in Bangladesh, the government had constructed a law regarding plastic problems but had not implemented yet. Many industry sectors still have a high correlative regarding environmental problem, including plastic pollution. Hence, the plastic pollution issue will become worse in the long term. It is because the plastic degradation will take more than 400 years to decompose completely. In addition, the global production of plastics is around 400 million tons per year. As a result, we can easily predict how plastic can have an impact on the environment in the future.
The third causes that is leading in plastic pollution in Bangladesh is mismanagement of plastic waste. Most of the mismanaged plastic waste from open landfill and roadsides get trapped into drains and canals, where they are deposited by air, rainwater, and even by direct dumping. Plastic waste discarded by tourists during riverside recreational activities and also by the passengers on the river transport system can accumulate on the surface and bed of the river. Among the group who can be blamed is the individual itself, the household, the industries, the organization, and also the government. This is because when one of these group did not play their main role, the plastic waste could be easily mismanaged. Many plastic bags come from household. This can be proof that the household will use and get the plastic bag every time they are going outside. They will get a plastic bag. So this will be leading to the many plastic bag in the household. In the rural area, most of the authorities didn't pick up the rubbish or garbage from the household. So the simple and easy way to make sure that the plastic and rubbish will be settled, they will burn it in the housing area. This will create other problems such as air pollution due to the open burning. The business sector also usually throw their waste simply in the river, drain, or on the open area and many more. This will lead to many other problems such as pollution and also inviting animals such as rats, snakes come to the area. The authorities also could be the lead to the causes of mismanagement of the plastic waste. If the authority are not taking seriously to cope with the issue, then the waste such as plastic pollution will be hard to settle. The authorities and also the government need to have the willpower for coping with the plastic pollution issue. If they are playing their role significantly, the mismanagement of the plastic waste can be decreased. This is important for them also because they are among the factors that attract tourists to their country. The foreign tourists will surely not come to the country which has a lot of pollution, and this will affect their image of the country. The tourism sector of their country becomes slow, and this will have a huge impact on the income and also the GDP in Bangladesh.
Next, moving on to the first effects of plastic pollution. Plastic pollution will affect the environment, especially when it is dumped into waters such as rivers, beaches, islands, where the effect of uncontrolled disposal of plastic waste will cause pollution of marine and ecosystem life. Plastic debris will be killing a million seabirds every year. Plastic bags are often swallowed by marine creatures. Bangladesh has one of the largest river networks in the world, with approximately 700 rivers and watercourses, including tributaries, which have a total length of an estimated 24,000 kilometers. Bangladesh also has the third largest aquatic fish biodiversity among Asian countries, with approximately 800 species in fresh, brackish, and marine waters, of which marine habitats support approximately 475 species. However, Bangladesh ranks in the top 10 countries that emit most ocean plastics, make the country suffer from serious marine pollution problem. More than 60% of plastic waste is found around the coast in Bangladesh, where the dumping of plastic waste is detrimental to water quality and marine life. However, the dumping of plastic waste into the water system is hampered by the weakness of plastic waste management, where plastic that cannot be properly managed are dumped into the water. In Bangladesh, most of the industries are situated near the major river system. For example, Buriganga, Shitalakia, Balu, Turak, Karnapuli, Rupsa and Meghna, and all of these rivers will end up in the Bay of Bengal. The Bay of Bengal is a place of serious plastic pollution in this country. Plastic, which can last up to 1,000 years, will also kill up to 1 million seabirds and sea mammals and countless fish annually. Furthermore, plastic litter, which later will break into small pieces called microplastic, will affect many species, including seabirds, marine mammals, and fish through entanglement and ingestion, and humans after entering the food chain.
Many things involve the deterioration of human health among the population. It is because people nowadays lack awareness towards the environment. Hence, the irresponsible make some activities that make it easier for them to dispose of their plastic waste, but not in a proper way, such as open burning. The open burning plastics can release toxic gases and particles in the air, which are dioxin, furans, mercury, and polychlorinated biphenyl, into the atmosphere and poses a threat to humans if they inhale it. In general, inhalation of plastic fumes can lead to an increased risk of health disease, respiratory side effects such as asthma, skin irritation, and other organ damage such as the kidney and reproductive system. Due to this problem, there are an increasing number of people who die because of plastic pollution. Other than that, the plastic contaminant also can spread to air. The molecules are released into drink and food when people are not properly storing their foods. It has happened especially towards the children because they are more easily negligent in terms of hygiene. Hence, as a young and adult people, we need to show the right things toward the children and give more awareness about environmental problems such as plastic pollution. The adult need to explain the action with cause and effect from their activities. For example, if humans are doing bad things such as burning activities, it will harm the environment and public health because of many factors.
The third effect of the plastic pollution in Bangladesh is the degradation of the soil quality. With 79% global plastic waste dumped in landfill, the soil compartment is also at high risk of contamination by being a sink of microplastic. When the plastic become microplastic, they will easily be in the soil and the substance in the plastic will remain, which in the long term could have an effect on the soil such as soil degradation. When the soil degrades, food security is hard to achieve because the soil cannot be used at the maximum. Due to this problem that are happening and will be happening, this will make human being is competing for the food and most of them will have the high percentage to did not get enough food, and if they get food, the food did not safe to be eaten because it has been contained with the harmful substance from the plastic. This later will affect the human health and will get other diseases, and maybe new diseases can be occurred because of the plastic pollution. The agricultural land in Bangladesh covers about 9.1 million hectare, which is 70% of the country's total land area. This shows that the agriculture sector is among the major sector in Bangladesh. If the land and soil is being degraded or has been damaged, this will have many impact towards the economic, social, and also political. So if the soil is in danger and has degraded, then it will have a big impact on the country. When this is happening, humans will compete each other and indirectly will make a high living cost and make a lot of people suffer.
Lastly, moving on to the solution taken by the government of Bangladesh. Plastic that are mostly made and produced by polymeric or semi-polymeric materials will take a long time that can reach thousands of years to disappear, and as such, Bangladesh is taking new steps and alternatives to replace more environmentally friendly plastic. Plastic-like bags made from jute, the plant fiber, are becoming among one of the government's alternatives to replace the use of polymer plastic with the aim to use more earth-friendly materials. After India, Bangladesh is the second largest supplier of jute in the world. This has made the government take the initiative to produce multi-purpose bags made of jute as another alternative to the use of plastic bags. Most scientists in Bangladesh have turned the fiber or jute into low-cost biodegradable bags that can be made into greener throw-away bags. This is one of the great efforts where it can reduce the amount of plastic that is difficult to dispose of and lead towards a greener life. Bangladesh, which was the first country to introduce a ban on the use of plastic bag in 2002, had a positive impact where, up until now, most countries like China to France have applied this ban policy in their country. In addition, most companies in Bangladesh have produced biodegradable bags through various methods to offer a suitable alternative to polythene bags, which survive in soil for several hundred years and leave devastating impacts on the environment. The production of the jute bag has also recognized and certified by the International Organization for Standardization (ISO). Through the use of biodegradable plastic, it is able to reduce the impact on the environment and reduce the pollution of plastic bags in the country.
The implementation of a campaign or program regarding hazardous effects of using plastic bags is also one of the solutions regarding plastic pollution. Every campaign or program will be organized by an authority party and get the support from the society. It is one of the approach to increase the environmental awareness among people. The campaign can be implemented in many levels such as education, social places, and others. For example, the environmental campaign can be implemented at the school level because it can create awareness from an early age. It can give an opportunity for individuals to explore environmental issues and engage in problem solving, and then can take possible action to improve the environment. In other words, it is likely an early education for them to promote critical and creative thinking skills so that they will be more rational in making decisions in the future. Other than that, the adults also need to be a role model for the children based on their action and need to support environmental awareness. Hence, in the modern era, it is much easier to spread information about environmental awareness. The organizer can publish the campaign through the media such as television, radio, and also by using a medium of social media application like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and others. It will become a significant instrument for allowing the public to participate in influencing or blocking environmental policies made by government and companies that affect us all in the past.
The last solution to deal with the plastic pollution in Bangladesh is governmental policies against plastic pollution in Bangladesh. Eco-Social Development Organization or ESDO is the pioneer organization for banning plastic bags in Bangladesh. In 1990, it took an initiative for writing article in the national dailies about the threat of plastic pollution in order to draw the attention of the general public and to increase their awareness about the severity. In 1993, the Ministry of Environment and Forest considered the movement against plastic pollution and took an initiative to ban the manufacture and usage of polythene bag, but it was not accepted by the parliament. In 2002, the law of Section 1 and the Bangladesh Environmental Conservation Act was revised. The production and use of polythene shopping bags was forbidden according to Rule 6K of Clause 5 under Section 9. For production, import and marketing, it will be a 10-year sentence of vigorous prison or a 1 million taka fine or both punishment together. For sale, exhibition for sale, store, distribution, transportation or use for commercial purposes, it will be 6-month sentence of vigorous prison or 10,000 taka fine or both punishment together. In 2018, Transparency International Bangladesh raised their voices for stronger implementation of law to impede illegal manufacturing, advertising and uses of plastic to stop environment pollution. The National 3R strategy for waste management was initiated by the Ministry of Environment and Forests to decrease the amount of waste material, which may reduce the plastic waste by increasing the reuse and recyclability of used plastic. This shows that even Bangladesh has a big problem regarding the plastic pollutant, but the government and related department are always wanted to make sure that the act and regulation regarding this matter can be improved day by day.